Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here again. It's Tuesday afternoon. It's February 7th, 2017. I just wanted to kind of get this out just because I feel like it's kind of like I should. It's just something that a topic that keeps coming up from different people, whether it's just you know individuals here in the academy or just friends back home where I'm originally from, that are trying to be better. It's just within the last few weeks, it's just been a lot of kind of like the same thing, and I keep repeating myself, but to just different people. I put out the video the other day about you know uh, making sure you have a routine of habits. Every day to kind of help uh, build up your success and keep things on track. So when things kind of go bad, kind of go wrong, you still have you have something to still follow and stay on track. Because if you're not, then you're just kind of all over the place. And then when things happen, then you kind of just get really down and out and just either turn to the wrong stuff or just don't do the things that you're supposed to be doing. Um, like you should. So in this case, it's more of just saying, enough's enough. Just kind of like Nike. Just do it. And just make it happen. It's really what it comes down to is just making the things that you want happen to happen. And really, it just starts with your mindset because, again, so many individuals have either reached out to me, through messaging or whatever, or just here in the academy, and it's the same old thing. It's like, where are you? And I ask them, why, are you tired of being where you're at and doing what you're doing, getting the same old results? And the answer is always, yeah. And of course that's why they're they're either asking me for advice or they're you know whatever. So the biggest thing is to just you know I guess sometimes, if you just haven't had enough of failing, if you just haven't had enough of just not being where you want to be, then you'll consistently you'll stay there. You just won't make improvements. And I'll share some of this with you just because it's part of my story. Um, when I lived in Michigan, some of you've heard it, some of you haven't because we've had a lot of new students or whatever, but I try to make it short as possible. But when I lived in Michigan, I worked for General Motors. At that time, General Motors was thriving. It was really good. Insurance was great. The pay was great. I mean, I couldn't complain. I lived on like a, compared to in the area where we lived. I lived on the nicer side of town. Had a nice house, nice car. Things were good, but I just really wasn't happy with just going to work every day and then I'd hit the weights, whatever, and then on the weekends it just kind of like nothing was happening, and that was just my life. I go to work, come home, I go do some weights, and then like that's it. Next day, go to work, hit some weights or something, maybe go running or whatever, um, and then that's it. And it's just like the same old repetitive thing, And I just remember one day, you know, uh, being in my bedroom looking out the window, and it was a nice day outside. I was there by myself, and I just remember telling myself, like, man, I just want to be better. I know I can do more. There was just something inside of me saying, you can do more. So why aren't you doing more? And kind of where we're from, it's where I'm from. It's a city where it's hurting. It's even hurting more now, so that General Motors and stuff like that have left the city and they moved on to other cities. So the city has really kind of really went downhill. It's really decaying pretty bad. I mean, I just went home 2 weeks ago and it's looked, it already looked bad. I mean, it just looks even worse. You know, um, and that was part of it too. Just the atmosphere. Just whatever was around me at the time just um, wasn't really doing anything for me. So I put the transfer in to come down here, and it was I think I was like 26, and it was just something that I never thought I would do. I never thought I would leave home, you know. But I just got fed up. I just got tired. I just wanted something else. Something was just inside, just pushing me to do something else. And it's like, man, if I just stay here, it's just gonna be the same old thing, and nothing's gonna change. So I gotta try it, you know. And it was hard to do. Left all my family, everybody. Everybody is back at home, you know, at that time. Mom, dad, brother, sister, everybody. Um, and I just left, you know. I got the transfer. They moved me down here. I started doing jujitsu. I was training 4 days a week. Um, you know, eventually went back. You know, got the family stuff like that. My mom and dad moved down here. My sister ended up moving down, and you know, I had them, and I felt like I was in a better place down here, which I still do. I think Arlington's a great place. Um, you know, I mean, it's a heck of a lot better than where I'm from. Um, Even though I love the place and I'll never forget where I came from, but I mean Arlington's it's just things are thriving here. It's just there's no comparison. Um, you know, I was doing jujitsu and I had another change. You know, when you make that big leap and you move like from Michigan to Texas, you never really left and never really seen a lot of things. When I moved down here, it kind of opened some things up for me, and I wanted to, you know, I wanted to take my jiu-jitsu to the next level. So I got a good instructor, you know, got a good place to train. Kept to my schedule. Didn't matter what was going on. Nobody was going to stop me from training on those 4 days. My mom, anybody, you know, Mrs. Alvarez, Danielle, like whatever, like if it was my day to train, it was my day to train, and don't bother me. Like I was just a jerk about it because like I wanted to get better at this thing, and so I made sure I set my schedule and everybody knew about it, and don't bother me on these days because I was going to get my work in. But I still was working, you know, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You know, Danielle had, basketball, volleyball, you know, back in those days, and you know, and then I had another one of those things where like I could just do better, and I want to do better. So, you know, General Motors was offering a buyout, and when they first offered the buyout, I wasn't ready yet. I only had 8 years in. I needed 10 to get the full amount. I didn't have my black belt yet, and so I kind of started preparing myself to leave, just in case they left they had that last buyout, and so I started working on, you know, all the trying to put everything in a row. So if you know, when that day come, if it did come, you know, I could go ahead and leave. And man, that was another scary thing in my life. You know, I got a great paying job, insurance, family's taken care of, got a great house, like cars, like, you know, but that just wasn't, you know, that just wasn't it either. You know, I guess I was still trying to find that one thing that was gonna make me, you know, kind of fulfilled or whatever. And so there goes jiu-jitsu. 2 years go by. They're offering, General Motors is offering that last buyout. I had just got my black belt in December, and I was like, and they made it known like this was the last buyout. Like, we're not giving any more out. Like, this is it. We've been doing it for like the last 2 years. This will be the last one, and I qualified for it. So now you have to make a decision. You know, you're gonna keep wondering what if, stay in General Motors and retire after 30 years. I still had like 20 years to go, you know, 19 years to go, and just settle, or go ahead and take that leap, another leap again, and leave it all behind and go do something else. And that was a super hard decision to make. But, you know, I was tired. I was sick and tired of just being sick and tired. Like, I had this empty feeling like, man, I just wanted to do more, and it felt like I could do more, but I just wasn't doing it. You know, I was building trucks. I was building, you know, we were building Escalades, Tahoes, Yukons, you know, things like that. You know, it's cool, but it's not what I wanted to do, you know. So I went ahead, took that last buyout, um, took that leap, and believed in what I could do and what I wanted to do, and you know, the rest is history. So they say, you know, now we're 9 years in, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm sharing this with you just because it's like I left home, left General Motors. The reason why I left is because I just got tired of just feeling a certain way. Got tired of being sick and tired, and it's like, man, either accept it or make something happen with it, you know. And for a lot of people, the reason why this video started in the first place is just, if you're tired of being, you know, whatever, if it's your weight, you know, if it's your bills, your budget, you're in debt, you know, whatever it is that you're having an issue with, you know, man, make those changes, man. You know, like just stop it. Like just tell yourself, man, today's the day. This is it. I'm making these changes, you know, and nothing's gonna stop me. I'm gonna go ahead and go all in. You know, I use the reference with the burning the ships. You know, you know, I had to go ashore, man, and just burn all the ships, and so there was nothing to turn back to, nothing else to fall back on. You know, I didn't want to keep my job and try to do jiu-jitsu on the side because I would have a comfort zone to go back to, a blanket to fall back on. You know, I just didn't want that, so I left. You know, I left General Motors and I went in all on this, and you know, now it becomes easier and easier for me to just make those jumps, make those changes because you know, I've been doing it and it becomes easier. So whenever you're just at that point where enough's enough, you know, don't hold back. Just go ahead and do it. Make it happen. Make those changes. You know, again, if you're in debt and you got a problem with, you know, spending and charging and buying stuff, stop it. Like, just stop it. Like, just pay your credit card bills off. Get your credit back to where it should be. You know, if it's eating certain foods, man, stop it. Like, just today's like that. You're it. Like, go all in on the other stuff, you know, like you should. And don't make any more excuses. You know, if it's your jiu-jitsu you want to get better at, then come to class. Show up like you're supposed to show up. You know, don't make excuses. You know, just the list goes on and on and on. We can just be here for days talking about all these different things and scenarios of, you know, what ifs. And, you know, I didn't want to be that guy that just wanted to live like, you know, look back later on in life and be like, well, you know, what if I would have changed, you know, this, or what if I would have changed that, or what if I would have did this? I mean, you know, my life would have been, you know, that scared the heck out of me, you know, and I don't want, you know, and I'm still trying to get better. There's still things I want to change. Again, I've put in all my videos. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. There's things I have to, you know, I have to work on. There's so many things to work on, you know, but if something isn't right for me, and I need to, you know, make a change, then it's easier for me to make those changes now and to get rid of the things that aren't helping me because I've already done it. I've made those jumps. But if you're just too scared to either, I mean, it could be, you know, it's hard because, like, I think I've talked about it before, relationships, you know, with your friends or, you know, certain family members or whatever, you know, if they're just not helping you, if they're not there on board with you to support you do what you want to do, you know, you gotta cut them loose, man, and that's super hard to do. You know, I've done it before, and I'll do it again, and it's just really hard because you don't want to leave people behind. You don't want to, you know, especially your friends. You know, I'm kind of dealing with that, you know, with this stuff right now, and it's just, but you know, you can't make anybody want to change. They have to want to change for themselves, and when they want to change for themselves, then I can help them. But if I go and try to offer this advice and try to give these tips and do this and do that, and it's falling on deaf ears and the person really just isn't having it, I'm just kind of wasting my time and my breath, and I really need to be help. I could be using that to go help somebody else out. So, you know, but if you come to me and you're serious and you're all in and you're really trying to make some changes, and if I can help you, then I'm going to help you. Or, you know, same thing with you. You know, you should help somebody else that wants to get that help. If you can help them in whatever field you're in or whatever you're trying to, you know, whatever they're trying to do, and you're the person that they can go and see to get that, you know, then try and help them, because that's just one thing I found doing all this stuff throughout all these years is just, you know, I get more satisfaction of helping people just be better than you know, I love teaching jiu-jitsu, but through jiu-jitsu I'm able to help people. I'm able to help people, you know, lose weight, you know, get rid of the diabetes, you know, just get their mind better and stuff like that. You know, I mean, that's just where it's at for me right now, you know. So that's why I'm making this video. It's just something that you know, I felt like I'm constantly hearing, hey coach, how, you know, hey, you know, Alvarez, you know, how can you know what, how you can do it is just stop. Like, stop making the excuses, make the things happen, get rid of the things that aren't helping you, the people that aren't helping you, your surroundings that aren't helping you, and put yourself in a position where the surroundings, the people, and everything else can help you. I left Michigan again. I'm not dissing on my home state. I'm proud of where I came from. I wouldn't be who I am without it. But if I stayed there, I honestly wouldn't. I don't know what I'd be doing right now. If I didn't leave General Motors, and I obviously wouldn't know all of you. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't be traveling the world and doing all this stuff that I've been doing. I'd be locked in that plant behind those gates, building those dang trucks, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, hating life, and if I just didn't make, if I just wasn't tired of being sick and tired, I was tired. Like, that's it. I want better, and that's where you see me pushing a lot these last couple weeks, is just talking so much about just being better. Like, just stop doing the things that you're not happy with. Put yourself in positions that can get you to where you want to get to. But the biggest thing also is the patience. Like, it takes so much patience. Again, I started out in my garage doing this stuff with 4 guys 9 years ago in my garage. Like, that's insane to think about. Like, I built it from absolute scratch and went to another location, then went to another one, then went to another one, then went to another one, and now we're here. But I just never stopped. I just kind of wanted to keep getting better and doing more. And that's what I want for you guys, because I guess, having all of you as my students and getting to talk to so many people, I get to hear what everybody's kind of going through little by little. Everybody has a story to tell. And, for the ones that already have their stuff together, then, man, like I said before, I applaud you, man. This is awesome. That's good for me. It's good for the other people that we're teammates with. But there's just some individuals that continue just to say, hey, coach, and then they'll get back on board with something, then they'll fall off, then they'll get back on board with something. It's like, man, stop it. Stop the roller coaster stuff, man. Like, I am who I am, like, it's in my DNA. Like, jiu-jitsu is me. It consumed me. Like, it's who I am. Eating healthy, being a healthy person is who I am. It's not like a part-time thing. It's it. Working out, it's who I am. Trying to be listening to the motivational stuff, it's just who I am. Trying to just do all the things that I'm doing, that you see me doing, it's just who I am, because I made it that way. Like, it's not something that's just like, okay, like, I'm gonna take a vacation from it and leave it alone. I just, you can talk to Mrs. Alvarez or whoever else, Danielle. Like, it's just hard for me to rest. It's hard for me, oh, why don't you just take a day off? It's just, man, it's just, I like to keep working and keep moving forward. And so when you're tired of being sick and tired, and you're just done with just being, well, make the change. Don't sit there and keep doing the same old things that keep putting you in the same places over and over again. And then we'll be talking about this stuff next year, or the year after, it's just that. You just got to just come down to it one day and say, man, I'm just going to make things happen, and I'm never turning back to that person again or what I was doing, and I'm going all in on this, and I'm going to be better from here on out. And, if this can help you at all, do that. Anybody out there that's listening to it, then so be it, and I'm constantly looking for advice and other people around me to kind of help me with that myself, because everybody needs a push. Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs something around them to make them want to go get better, and that's what I want. So, I don't like seeing people hurt, people hurting and struggling. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to hurt. But, if this can help you get you on your feet and just say, man, enough's enough. We're all in this time, man. Burning the ships. Let's just go and do it. So make it happen. Get to work. It's going to take time, though. It will take time. Whatever you want, it's going to take time. Like, again, this is my 9th year, and everybody sometimes come in, oh, man, it looks like this, and I've never seen anything. Man, so many struggles, so many bad days and good days, and just ups and downs dealing with this, jiu-jitsu stuff. But I hung in there, and I'm still hanging in there, and I'm doing what I'm doing now. So you can too. I'm just a regular guy. Nothing else. Just a regular guy that just said, enough's enough, and I need to make those changes. Made those jumps from Michigan to here. Made that jump from General Motors to jiu-jitsu. And, just waiting to see what else to make that next jump at. So, anyways, make that jump, make those moves, and be better, and don't turn your back. Keep going forward. Have you guys have a good day. See ya.